Hello everyone, in the past couple of days I've been grinding my main account, the free-to-play one, for probably 2-3 days now, and I was able to go from chapter 22 to chapter 26. But I was stuck on chapter 22 for a while, and there were some reasons behind it. And this makes me a little bit concerned for my pay-to-win one because I've been investing highly into 5 heroes. Now, as I got up here in 21, 22, I found myself just beating 5 stages at a time. Maybe if I got lucky, I'd beat 10, and then it was a matter of just playing for a couple of days. But I wasn't really switching my heroes up, and I found that once you get to this point, having a couple of different heroes, or actually a lot of different heroes at high stars, is kind of needed to go up against some of these armies, because you really need to figure out what their skills are going to be and how you need to counter them. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously if you go in way overpowered, you're going to beat them, but that's only going to get you so far until you're stuck again and need to switch the heroes. Which, by the way, 25-40 seemed like the new 10-40 for me, and once I finally beat that, 25-50 probably took me at least 5 hours of playing and figuring things out until I finally had this Honor of Arena event end, and I decided, let me go in, push some soul stones in there, and just really try to level them up to get them to that level 300 mark. And switching people around was able enough to finally get it so I can start grinding chapter 26 today. I think on the free-to-play one, I had about 7,000 to 8,000 of these arena coins in order to buy things, and where I normally would go for an ancient soul and probably get the luminous ancient souls, and then just go and spend everything else on soul links. On this one, I actually invested into Rochelle, which will probably make a lot of people happy. If you remember, Rochelle was my very last hero to unlock on this free-to-play account. The game just didn't want to give me, even though I do find him very strong. I just never had him at a high star, so it just meant he wasn't even worth using for me. So even after I got him to 10 stars, moved some heroes around, spent about an hour trying to beat this 25-50, still wasn't enough, invested my 2 into Babu. Actually, looking at it now, I did grab a Benzel. That whole acid burn is great at removing the shield on Rochelle here, so I pumped 1 more into him, so it might be more around like 8,000 or 10,000 points I had. I hit a lot. I grinded this event hard, and once again, free to play, no money spent. But I think the real deciding factor is finally going and getting those soul stones. Going from 295 to 300 was just enough. I've tried this combination before. I went through with maybe 10 different combinations of heroes positioning, just seeing what would work best, and this was the one that finally did it. Now, I am pumping all my apples into Cayenne on this one, so I could at least get him up as high as I can, strong as I can. He is going to be my main focus on my free-to-play one. Obviously, if I get a hero to 11 stars, I'm going to get them up to level 10 to unlock that skill of the engraving. So there's that too, which can set me back a little bit, but that's my main goal with my Cayenne. Now, as far as the cave hunting one that just popped up today, kind of tough to save those torches, especially when we need them in these past couple events. This back-to-back events is nice, but it's making it very difficult to save things up to be prepared for the next one, but I'm not going to complain about that at all. Now, with the cave hunting event that just popped up today, I'll probably be pumping more into the soul stones, the most we can get. I think it's only like 3,000 tokens or whatever it's going to cost to get them, but from there, I'll probably be going into Zagrako. We can get him to 11 stars, and then I can really kind of decide once I get his engraving up to level 10, unlock his skills, if I'm going to pump more into him or if I'm going to put it into Cayenne. Cayenne's already at 17 stars, 18 stars, I think. 18 stars, so I had to pause and check there just to see, but I'm trying to get those heroes up to level 20 there, or 20 stars, so we can really kind of see the true potential, and I kind of want to see what the whole thing is of when I get a hero, what those whole new shard, disassemble hero things do to put towards other heroes. Now, the pay-to-win account here, I really am not too far behind. I haven't grinded the chapters on this one quite like I did on the free-to-play one, so might have to give it some time this weekend, just kind of see how far I can get up. But like I said, this is the one that I'm pushing 5 heroes on. And before this whole push of my free-to-play, I was even on my level 280 on this, 280 on those, and my chapters were only maybe a couple stages away. So it'll be interesting to see how well I can do with this, because that one, I was switching a lot of heroes, where this one, I don't have a lot to switch between. I mean, I have the top 13 there, which, yeah, it does look pretty decent, but I don't think I'm going to get as far. Like I said, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, the other one where I was pumping heavy into Cayenne, this one I'm kind of splitting it between Lilith and Cayenne. Now, for the Honor Arena rewards on that one, all I really did was just go and grab the Luminous Ancient Soul and the regular Ancient Soul. Like I said, trying to push those two. But for this one, I will be buying as many apples as I can, pumping the rest into Soul Stones, and we'll see what we have left over. So far, I'm really happy with my top 4, and then throwing Odelia in there too seems to be a good fix for me. Seems to be a nice team synergy. So I would like to get Selena in there too, but obviously it can be tough finding good copies of her. So we'll just have to once again see where that goes. Now, as I said, it was nice having the variety to switch between when I did get stuck in stages. I'm not saying you have to unlock every single hero inside of the game, but it definitely did seem like there was points where the top 5 that I had on my free-to-play one just wasn't enough to cut it, and I definitely needed to switch over one of those other ones. Rochelle, obviously a good way to go in any situation, so I'm really glad to have that to kind of see where it brings. But I have no idea what this chapter 26 chapter is gonna bring to me here. It seems like every time you get to that next chapter, they're just even more tankier than the last. So I guess just keep that in the back of your mind. That was the main reason I wanted to make this. Like, you know, working on those top 5s just might not be enough. So if you're wondering why I haven't really made any long videos or anything too crazy since the whole magical versus physical one, that would be why. Doing this for, wouldn't really call it a living, but I have an 8 to 5 type job that I work, come home, making videos, taking care of animals. I'm married, and I try to find that little bit of time to play just one account, nonetheless 2 of them, and keep up on it. It really eats up a lot of time, so it was kind of nice just to sit down, grind the game, and just enjoy it. But if you guys do want to know more about the physical and magic heroes, or even the damage over time and what those ones are doing, take a look at these videos right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.